South Park episode just dropped, and honestly, it is hilarious. I mean,
Let's get out of the bathroom.
I can't, Mom. I'm master debating to these young college girls.
That's very naughty, Eric. Stop it.
Yeah, but a body growing inside a woman's body is not her body. It's a completely separate being.
Eric, what are you doing?
I'm sorry, Mom. You told me to go to sleep, but I started master debating again.
Oh my God, what makes you think you have the right to say what I do with my body?
Let me ask you something. If a pregnant woman is and the baby dies too, why is the killer charged with a double homicide?
Well, because...
South Park tore into Charlie Kirk with a parody that's impossible to overlook. Cartman's exaggerated version of him makes fun of his debate tactics, campus appearances, heavy use of Bible quotes, and dramatic mic drops, twisting it all into a viral joke. The show proves once again that nothing is safe from its satire, with Kirk as the newest figure in their spotlight.
Well, you're hot now because South Park's mocking you. Watch South Park mock Charlie. Go ahead.
Let's get into the outrageous move South Park just pulled. In their latest episode, they mocked Charlie Kirk without ever saying his name. They built an entire animated version of him, and the one playing that role was Eric Cartman. He turned into a campus warrior like Kirk, only with all the ridiculous traits blown up even more.
Yeah, but a body growing inside a woman's body is not her body. It's a completely separate being.
Eric, what are you doing?
I'm sorry, Mom. You told me to go to sleep, but I started
Cartman spends the episode imitating Kirk, using his debating style filled with conservative arguments, Bible quotes, and those trademark drawn-out pauses. The show never says his name outright, but the parody is obvious. Anyone familiar with a Turning Point USA clip will spot the resemblance instantly. Reference clip. This is where South Park truly ramps things up. They don't just poke fun at Charlie Kirk's debate style, they turn him into the punchline itself. Cartman keeps bragging to his mom about how he's been debating hard for college girls, and the show keeps running that gag again and again.
You think life begins?
Eric, are you all right in there?
Yeah, I'm fine, Mom. I'm just in here master debating.
Well, Eric, that's enough. Let's get out of the bathroom.
I can't, Mom. I'm master debating to these young college girls.
That's very naughty, Eric. Stop it.
Mom, I finally got sponsored by a protein powder, so I got a master debate for a couple more hours. Leviticus.
What starts as a small gag quickly spirals into complete chaos. Suddenly there are prizes, ceremonies, and even a made-up title for this odd obsession. The creators didn't just poke at Kirk's passion for school debates, they turned it into a tool, stretching his entire persona into a running joke that sticks with Cartman the whole time. At its peak, the joke hits another level. South Park didn't only mock Kirk, they turned his entire character into a lasting meme everyone can recognize.
South Park, I was told going in, Charlie, if they say your name, that's a big win. Well, apparently there's the Charlie Kirk Awards.
Just when it seems like South Park has reached peak craziness, they pull out another twist. The show unveils the Charlie Kirk Award for Top Young Debaters, and it's every bit as over the top as expected. Picture it, a shiny new trophy, an extravagant trip, and a booming voice celebrating a kid for arguing non-stop with incredible intensity.
Welcome to the 3rd annual Charlie Kirk Award for Young Master Debaters. More and more young people today are learning to fight for America through masturbation. We're here to honor the recent efforts of a brave young man who has been furiously masturbating for the past several days and has won himself not only this trophy, but also an all-expenses-paid vacation to a beautiful 5-star resort.
This wasn't just a small throwaway gag. It played out like a full event with applause, speeches, and exaggerated praise. That's the point. South Park mocked Kirk's entire self-image as a top college debater, turning it into a joke for everyone to see. One fake award show boiled down years of debates and achievements into a single punchline.
Let me ask you something. If a pregnant woman is and the baby dies too, why is the killer charged with a double homicide?
Well, because people have different beliefs.
It's not about belief, it's about truth. Science confirms life begins at conception. So yes, Jeremiah 1:5 says, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. But it's just morality that demands we protect the most vulnerable. So let me ask you, when do you think life begins?
South Park pushes the parody further by showing Cartman fixated on abortion and constant debating. He recites Bible passages from Leviticus and Jeremiah, directly echoing Kirk's real arguments against abortion.
Eric, are you all right in there?
Yeah, I'm fine, Mom. I'm just in here master debating.
Straw man argument,
They got
really.
the verses right. The Leviticus one, I'm not sure. Jeremiah 1:5, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I consecrated you. I appointed you to be a prophet to the nations. It's like they got the verse right.
The humor comes from Cartman having intense debates while sitting on the toilet, blending serious topics with absurd visuals. It's a direct jab at Kirk's speaking style, mocking his Bible-based points by stretching them into something completely over the top.
Comedy Central, South Park, you crushed the water. I compulsively drink water on campus. It's like, okay, boom, we gotta stay hydrated. Now the lozenges, we gotta work a little. And by the way, the Holy Bible right next to it. I even said on this campus tour I was going to bring a Holy Bible with me to every single campus stuff.
South Park goes especially hard in this case. They don't just mock Charlie Kirk's points, they tear apart the way he carries himself. His pauses are stretched out and exaggerated. The Bible verses are pushed to extremes, and the well-known water sip from a debate is copied flawlessly. The accuracy is so sharp it feels almost uncomfortable. The moment Cartman appears, it's instantly clear who he's imitating. There's no need to say Kirk's name because the parody speaks for itself.
Watch as Fly Donovan totally destroys these woke liberal students.
Welcome to the channel, guys. Looks like a lot of whiny babies have a problem with what I say, so prove me wrong.
Hey, Clad. Well, you said nothing good ever came from the Jews, but if that's true, why are bagels so young?
Right when it seems like South Park has gone as far as possible, they bring in Clyde Donovan as an over-the-top fan of Charlie Kirk. He's pushing vitamins, delivering wild speeches, and voicing extreme takes on civil rights and LGBTQ+ issues.
So let me ask you this. What is your definition of a woman?
What is my what?
What is a woman? It's a very simple question.
Well, a woman is a lady friend who, gives you kisses.
You see, you can't answer the question, but something is male or it is female. Both sides in scripture agree to that, and that's just the truth. Next.
Another woke student totally destroyed.
Here's the clever part. The joke isn't limited to Kirk himself. By turning Clyde into a copycat, South Park takes aim at the whole environment around him. The internet figures, the fans, the people copying his style just to grab attention. It's not only Kirk under fire, it's the culture he built, and they rip it apart without holding back.
Like a giant throwdown between the people who accuse Charlie of being a wild anti-Semite and the ones who accuse him of being a ridiculous Israel firster, and so they can annihilate each other like matter and antimatter.
South Park presents an over-the-top chaotic take on Charlie Kirk. In one scene, he's portrayed as strongly pro-Israel, while in another, he's shown as secretly against Jewish people. By mixing these clashing traits into a single version of him, the show turns him into a messy contradiction. It feels jarring, unpredictable, and impossible to ignore. South Park is pushing things to the limit, and we're doing the same. Don't forget to like and subscribe because the next twist is going to be incredible.
And yes, of course, people say, Charlie, they're making fun of you. Why aren't you mad? Okay, because I don't take myself as seriously as you take me, I suppose. And also, just have a little lightheartedness about it. Be able to take a joke. It's okay. It's part of life.
And here's the unexpected part. Charlie Kirk actually enjoyed it. Rather than being upset, he treated it as a victory. He switched his profile picture to the cartoon version of Cartman. He called the episode funny and even took it as praise. He pointed out that South Park nailed the little details too, from the Bible and water bottle to the presence of his bodyguard.
It says South Park is doing Cartman as Charlie Kirk. Cartman is playing character inspired by Charlie Kirk in the next South Park episode, Daily Caller writes, and Colin Rugg as well. This is all very good, and this shows that the cultural impact that we are making at Turning Point USA cannot even be ignored by the professional comedians at Comedy Central.
For Kirk, there was nothing humiliating about it. He took it as proof that Turning Point USA had gained broad recognition. He even bragged that the parody showed the South Park creators couldn't ignore how often his content appears online. To them, he's everywhere on Instagram and TikTok.
And billions of views later, I tell you guys, hey, we're going viral on Instagram and TikTok. This is Exhibit A. This is evidence. And we love it. And look, they're going to make fun of me or whatever.
And thanks to South Park, the whole thing is now widely recognized. Kirk flipped the joke on its head and reshaped the narrative. What could have been seen as an insult instead turned into free publicity that worked in his favor.
America, just like black people do, black people have everything handed to them. I'm sick of people stealing my stick. If anyone around here is going to be a master debater, it's me. So let's go. Who wants to debate the master debater? Let's go. You right there.
The episode didn't simply air once and fade away. It blew up across the internet in a way that gave it a second life far bigger than the original broadcast. Almost instantly, clips started spreading, with fans and critics alike cutting out the most memorable moments and sharing them everywhere. One of the most replayed bits was Cartman mimicking Kirk's distinctive way of drinking water, a detail that quickly became a running joke online. Alongside that, the scene featuring the so-called Charlie Kirk Awards gained major traction, circulating as a standalone highlight that people could pass around without even needing the full context of the episode. And then there were the clips of Cartman using religious texts to poke fun at liberal college students, which tapped directly into ongoing cultural debates and made the parody resonate even more. Piece by piece, these snippets flooded social media feeds, turning the satire into a viral phenomenon that extended far beyond South Park's regular audience.
Amazing, the things that the water, a lot of people are commenting on the water online because it really is something that you just keep doing. And I was cracking up, Charlie, at one point.
Practically right away, the parody spread across social media in the form of jokes, memes, and quick videos that gained traction at lightning speed. The exaggerated impression of him took on a life of its own, circulating widely and becoming a talking point far beyond the original show. What's interesting is that it wasn't just critics or people who opposed Kirk who shared in the laughter. Even many of his own supporters picked it up, reposted it, and treated the whole thing like a kind of win for their camp. Instead of interpreting the mockery as an insult or a loss, they reframed it as proof that their figure had become so influential that he couldn't be ignored. For them, the attention wasn't a humiliation, it was a badge of recognition, a signal that their side had pushed far enough into the culture to demand notice. In this way, what started as satire meant to ridicule ended up being adopted and celebrated as a strange sort of triumph.
Charlie Kirk's fingerprints, Charlie Kirk's DNA, if you will, have made their way through the cultural tableau into South Park. Charlie Kirk is mainstream now. Charlie Kirk is played a part of the zeitgeist. And
South Park didn't simply poke fun at Charlie Kirk in passing. They elevated him into a recognizable character within the larger world of pop culture. By turning him into the subject of their satire, they pushed him beyond the boundaries of just being a political commentator or activist. Suddenly, he wasn't just a person involved in debates and arguments about policy. He became someone who audiences now associate with mainstream entertainment. Once a show as culturally influential as South Park chooses to target you so directly, it marks a kind of shift in status. You're no longer just a figure speaking to your own followers or political base. You've been brought into the realm of comedy, television, and online chatter where your image becomes part of the cultural conversation. That kind of attention carries its own weight. Being mocked on such a big platform can feel like a jab, but it also means you've reached a level of recognition where people see you not just as a political player, but as a character in the broader media landscape. It transforms how people perceive you, no longer only as someone arguing ideas, but also as someone who can be laughed at, parodied, and consumed as part of entertainment. For better or worse, once you've been satirized on South Park, you've been woven into the fabric of pop culture itself.
We need to have a good spirit about being made fun of. This is all a success. This is all a win. We as conservatives, we have thick skin, not thin skin. And you can make fun of us. It doesn't matter. And until next time, I hope all of you also become master debaters.
By exaggerating his points, highlighting his quirks, and amplifying the way he presents himself online, they managed to turn Kirk into something closer to a spectacle than a serious political thinker. What was once about debating ideas has shifted into a kind of performance, where quick TikTok clips, flashy confrontations, and short bursts of outrage designed to rile up liberals are treated less like reasoned arguments and more like content meant to entertain and provoke. The substance of the discussion often fades away, leaving only the performance behind. The episode makes it clear that South Park has always picked its targets from the pool of people who are already well known. So when someone ends up in an episode, it's a sign that they've reached a certain level of cultural recognition. That raises the bigger question. Did the show genuinely damage Charlie Kirk's credibility and reputation? Or did it unintentionally hand him the perfect form of publicity by putting his name in front of millions who might not have been paying attention before? In the strange ecosystem of modern politics and media, sometimes being mocked can actually boost visibility. So what do you think? Was this a setback for Kirk, or did South Park give him exactly the kind of attention he thrives on? Leave your take in the comments below. Disclaimer: this video is just for fun and to share thoughts. It's not meant to hurt, disrespect, or promote dislike towards anyone or any group. The ideas shared come from what's already out there, and we value everyone mentioned. When we talk about famous people, it's meant as a joke and shouldn't be seen as the truth.